Do you identify as a feminist?
Who doesn't? I mean, I think everyone should.
Everyone should. Everyone should. Everyone should.
Do you think that women should register for selective service for now?
Why is that like the action now? Why isn't repealing it the action now?
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Trust me, honey, the whole point is you'll never be white enough.
Hi, so I'm Dion Thompson with Operation Cold Front. What was your name?
Haley.
Haley, nice to meet you, Haley. So our topic for today is, should women register for the selective service, or AKA the draft, in exchange for the voting rights such as men do?
Yes.
And why is that?
Just like equal rights, I guess. I think women should be able to do whatever men can.
I feel like that would be fair.
I think when they hit 18, they should. It's all for equality. But also, if a woman is pregnant, if she has kids, that definitely should factor in.
Sure.
I honestly would probably rather suggest that we remove the draft. Yeah.
And abolish the draft in general. But in the interest of gender equality for now, until they repeal the draft, which could be pretty likely in the next few years, do you think that women should register for selective service for now?
Why is that like the action now? Why isn't repealing it the action now?
It could
For the
be,
time being,
but
why
shouldn't we
can't
do
repeal it?
both? Basically, we're asking if women should be required to register for the selective service in return for voting rights, like men are when they hit 18.
Required to, for what again? Say that?
Register for selective service, the draft.
Oh. I don't know about required. I mean, if you want to, then yeah.
Well,
So would you identify yourself as a feminist?
I think so, yeah.
And in what ways exactly? Like equality or what other issues?
Yeah, I'd say mostly equality. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it too much, but just in general, I feel like we should all be treated equally. I mean, yeah, I think everyone should be just a feminist. What by feminism, I don't mean like crazy, like women are better than men, but I think that women and men should be equal.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends on what, if you don't mind.
There's a lot of different definitions for feminist, and the one that I like is giving equal opportunities and equal rights to both female and women. But I feel like there's a lot of stigma behind the word feminist.
Some feminists frown on women who have more of a traditional lifestyle. They want to stay home with their kids or not work. They want to, have their husband do it. A lot of feminists actually frown on that. What do you think of that? Shouldn't it be more about choice?
No, yeah, I agree. It should be about choice because, if you want to stay home with your kids, you should be able to do that. It's not really like an issue of, I think the man has to work because he's better at working and I need to take care of the kids because he can't take care of the kids. It's just like a personal preference. Like me personally, like when I have kids, I want to take time off work, not because I think I can't work, but because I just want to be with my kids.
And so would you agree that the radical feminist movement would agree with forcing women to also register for the draft? Yeah? And in what ways, if you don't mind?
Just like that feminists hate men and that sort of thing. But I think sometimes people who call themselves feminists aren't real feminists because they don't abide by that definition that I
Right.
just stated.
Right. So how would you think a radical feminist today would respond to your comment that they should be forced to register for the selective service?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I mean, in my opinion, I think they would probably lash out and say, well, screw you and all this kind of nasty stuff you see on the internet, right? So one more question for you. So do you think that the feminism movement today has actually helped women in terms of these issues that we're talking about right now?
I think so, because I think people are now willing to talk about it more, whether they disagree with how they're bringing up the issue, or I think it has started the conversation and brought a lot more attention. Whether it's been a lot more dispute, it's still discussion.